What's up, y'all? We are here today with an extra special treat and give you a little taste of what we have to offer behind our Patreon. This episode is part of a bonus episode, so if you really enjoy it and want to hear more, be sure to hop over to our Patreon and hear this full episode, as well as gain access to all of our other bonus episodes and other exclusive content. Let us know what you all think, and we hope to see you in our lovely Patreon community.
All right, so we have to talk about Myra. I'm gonna let you introduce this since this was your brainchild. But y'all, clearly, me and Myra really split the baby when it came to this episode. I came up with part 1 and she came up to part 2.
Yeah, because like we said, like we don't want these planner episodes to just be, okay, here's who's coming out with this, you know? So I hope, definitely give us some feedback on this. Y'all are our guinea pigs with this planner segment. But I went to ChatGPT because, you know, that's where you go when you can't think of anything.
Exactly.
And asked them if they could give us some hot takes. So I figured what we'll do is read some of the hot takes that ChatGPT came up with and kind of give our personal opinion, whether we agree or disagree, and discuss it from there.
Let's go. I'm excited.
When I say these are hot takes, these are really, really hot takes. Y'all seen how ChatGPT be spicy with y'all Instagram pages. This gives the same energy.
Drag the girls. Drag the girls.
Okay, so this one, I guess, is a little nice. We can start with this one. Digital planners are killing productivity.
I would love to know what they mean by that and why do they think that? Do they think people are spending more times like making the plans than actually doing the plans? Because that's something we've definitely talked about when it comes to like paper planners and stuff in general. So I'm curious to how that applies to like a digital planner.
I could see that, particularly with something like Notion. If you're taking the time to make it aesthetic and doing all these different changes, I'm guilty of it. You are kind of just wasting time with that. So I can see it from that angle. Like, yeah, I would agree with it in that point.
Like a distraction type of thing.
Yeah, instead of actually using it as the tool to work through your productivity.
Yeah.
I can also see it from an angle of, with it being on a digital platform like a laptop or an iPad, you're easily distracted from some type of notification or hopping on social media or something like that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. So damn, I kind of agree with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think I agree with that. That's neat.
You know, some of these I might take if y'all see this on my YouTube channel.
No, you didn't.
You did. Because these are some good ass YouTube video titles I can
I know, because you could really like explore that and really run with it. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That one I already had copied down. Perfect. I already, we was here. But yeah, I can see it from that way. Yeah.
Hold Myra accountable for this video. We better get it. You got like 2 months. We need 2 months.
Definitely will, because I think it's a nice hot take. But
yes.
Okay. Why most planners are useless for creative people?
Oh, dang. Why do they think it's useless? What? Yeah, I'm saying they, like that ChatGPT is a person.
The person. I feel like maybe they're taking it from, with the structure of a planner, it doesn't allow you to be a lot more creative and like maybe like a Bujo would. Yeah. So I can see it. I can kind of agree, and I feel like sometimes when you have a little bit too much creativity, having a blank page can be overwhelming.
Yes.
So it depends on the creative person.
And you know what? And I would argue, and I'm sure a lot of people in the planner community will argue, that planning has helped grow their creativity because they have a creative outlet. Like before I was planning, I don't know what I was doing as my like creative outlet, you know? So this has definitely helped me find my creativity again. And it's made me want to do other things that are, you know, creative or whatever. So I don't know. I see both sides of it. I definitely see both sides of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would more so depend on the person, because somebody like me see a blank Bujo page, I get paralyzed with all the options that I can do with it.
Totally agree. But somebody like Laura or Danny, who are heavy in they like Bujo memory planning eras, it's like, okay, I can really like fly with this blank page and I'm not encumbered by, all this structure of like a traditional planner. So it really just depends on the person. Because I want a memory plan so bad in just the Archer and Olive notebook, but it's like I get stuck because I'm like, I don't know where to start. It's like I need that structure to figure out where to start.
Yeah. Then I randomly spend an hour on Pinterest looking at different inspiration.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Killing productivity is back to the first one.
Back to the first one. So yeah, it just depends on the person. Like if you could just pull it out of you and not waste the time getting that inspo, then yeah, a planner is not for you, and you probably already know that. But
agreed. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Problems with the perfect planner. Why you should embrace the mess.
I agree with this one heavily because one of the reasons why I stopped sharing my planner online is because I was just too focused on making it super pretty and super aesthetic and super perfect because I was just so worried about how many likes it was going to get, how many people were going to be coming, how many people would like what I was doing. And I really stopped planning for myself, which is the whole purpose of planning, is planning for yourself. And I was just like, you know what? I have been able to plan way more functionally without the gaze of other people. I'm still not quite to the point where I'm like, I can show it freely and not care about what other people think, which is why I just don't show it. Like if I'm ever to that point, you will see my planner again. You know what I'm saying? But I already know, like, I would still be too in my head and about, what other people say. And again, I think we talked about this before, but I don't want to have to filter when I'm writing my planner because of I know other people are going to see it. I hate that. I cannot go back to that at all.
Yeah, that was a weird time for me because I would do before the pen.
Yes.
And then never actually use a planner. Like never go back and like fill it in or whatever. Right. So it's just basically an art project at that point. Like I'm not using it. Which is fine, but that's not what I needed it for, Exactly. I needed the planning. But yeah, I agree with you. The way I feel like we're getting more of that embrace the mess. A little bit more. It's itching there. But there's still a level of aesthetic to that.
Yes.
What I see, the very little that I see planning, but
the very little.
When we like first came up in this planner world or whatever, it was very much, perfect white background, like perfect alignment of
perfect photo.
Yeah.
Perfectly edited picture, everything. That's so true.
Yeah. So you can get caught up in wanting it to look perfect where it would just defeat the purpose of having the planner. And I remember we used to like side eye people who had content planners. And now, like looking back on that, like of course,
I feel them.
Yeah.
I feel them. I just don't have the bandwidth to have two planners.
Yeah, and usually most of those people who did that, like they had planner businesses, like sold inserts and stickers and stuff. So it made sense.
It was a natural thing for them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that was something that they had to do for their business. But for somebody like us, that means we would always have two planners and it just would defeat the purpose. It wouldn't be worth it.
Exactly. But, yeah. I remember when it was like kind of like a backlash for a little while against before the pens. It's like when we started, everybody was doing before the pens, and then for some reason, everybody was like very, very against before the pens. And so then I think a lot of people just stopped putting their shit online.
Yeah, I think that's how it happened. I think that is how it happened. Yeah, because like at a certain point, you can only lay down so many goddamn stickers. Like, what are you actually planning? Like, show me.
Yeah, at a certain point, you can only watch somebody lay down so many stickers too. So I get why people got sick of that. But then I understand from the creator perspective of not wanting to share your whole life and your business. Like, people do weird stuff in this community, and they have always done weird stuff in this community when it comes to, being all in people's planner and business and doing not cool things with that information.
Yeah, it's one thing being nosy and zooming in and going on about your life, but
just
people would take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Folks take it too far. I mean, it's the internet, we know it, but yeah, But also, like, I don't think you necessarily have to put in, OBGYN at 9 o'clock on
Yeah.
Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
to show us, like, hey, here's where I put my doctor's appointments. Like, you don't necessarily have to put.
That's true.
That's what I was like when, I was on the wave of, can we see
Yeah.
more than just stickers? Like, show
Yeah.
me, give me some value. I know how to put stickers down. Like, that
Right.
was good in the beginning because nobody was creatively putting stickers in planners for real.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
that was cool. So now show me how to do the stickers. Okay, I've learned how to do the stickers. I know how to do it for
Mm-hmm.
myself. Show me how to execute this plan.
Right.
But
I feel you.
but yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. What
It's
do people doing now? Y'all still laying down stickers? I don't really watch them that much.
I mean, I don't either. I'm trying to think of the last like plan with me I watched, and I feel very confident that it was somebody actually writing in the planner.
Okay.
So yeah. There's that.
I
But
also
to
think
me,
that was a very heavy Happy Planner World thing too. Just
yes,
laying
because
down stickers, yeah.
and I think that's when it got out of control because people were starting to realize that like you laying down so many stickers, like where exactly are the plans going? Like they can't be going in here. There isn't
There's
room.
no room to write anything down.
Literally, there's
Even
no
if you write
room.
small.
Yeah, it's literally just watching you like junk journal or something at this
Which is
point,
fine.
which is totally fine. But if it's called a plan with me, where the plans at?
Where the plans at?
Where
Yeah.
the plans
Junk
at?
journal with me would be just fine, but then you
It
get
will.
into a whole nother audience.
Yes.
So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
interesting. It's
yeah.
very interesting, like the different waves that the planner community has like gone through, and it's kind of how like most people kind of hit that wave around the same time. They're really like, okay, I'm gonna do before the pen. Okay, I'm not gonna do before the pen no more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna start making reels. Okay, I'm gonna not do anything. Like everybody kind of like just kind of moves around. So it's gonna be interesting to see like where they go next. Maybe I'll do a little digging and actually go through my IG feed for once and see like what the
That's
girls
the
doing.
thing. I've kind of like removed myself from IG, so I don't really see too much.
Yeah.
But from what I have been seeing lately, a lot of people showing their faces, a lot of
Nice.
people showing like vlog styles or other hobbies that they have.
I love that.
So I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Because godly.
Some personality.
Yeah, please.
Yes. Yeah. You do not have to be a blank canvas. You do not have to be the every girl. Like it's okay to like inject your personality into your content. It's preferred. Thanks to TikTok, it's preferred that your personality is in your content, at least to me for sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of girls don't have the personality, and that's why they upset with the shift. But anywho,
can't help you there. That's my hot take.
That's my hot take. Because if you did, why are you so mad about it? But anywho, let's skip to some more messier ones.
Ooh.
Your planner obsession is hurting your mental health.
Oh. Look, I want to say, what can we say? What can we say? I don't think personally, I can only speak for myself. My love and obsession with planners has never hurt my mental health. It has hurt my pocketbook for sure, which in turn hurts my mental health when I'm broke. But it has never directly hurt my mental health, but I can see how it could hurt others, whether it be just the desire for perfection or the desire to compare themselves to other people or the desire from being in this community of just belonging, I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that as well. And also like the desire of just buying shit, honestly, or being the one who has it first, or just have it, whatever the it planner is. It's always one that goes around that everybody has and is oh so perfect. And then a month later, you don't see that planner ever again. So like it has to be, I don't know, necessarily hurting your mental health, but definitely hurting the pockets.
For sure. I mean, keeping up with other people is a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And it's one thing when, we're all buying 4 happy planners. They cost like $25 or you can get them on sale for like $15. But it's another thing when everybody's buying something much more expensive and you're trying to keep up with that. So, but honestly, I think it kind of goes back to what I said. I think the desire to feel like you have a home or you belong somewhere that has just come from being in the planner community, I think that's been more detrimental to people's mental health than anything, because we always hear about people, feeling like they're excluded and things like that. I think that when you see all these groups of friends and stuff and you don't feel like you have a place, I think that can be very detrimental and has been very detrimental to people's mental health, which is why we see so much crazy shit going on in the planner community, people doing a lot of not cool stuff in the planner community.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I could see people buying whatever the latest thing is and feeling like, hey, I bought the stuff, I got the fancy pictures and whatever. Why am I not like fitting in? Why do I feel excluded from the quote unquote in crowd or whatever? So yeah,
like I went to Go Wild. Why didn't I find my people
and
at
people
Go
say that every
Wild?
fucking
You know
year
what I'm
too.
saying? They say that every single year. I mean,
hey, that you know what? Let me take that one too. That might be a really good YouTube video.
Myra,
because I mean, just deep diving into that, I think is really interesting because a lot of people, like the whole Go Wild example, a lot of people feel like, okay, bought my ticket.
Yep.
Where's my all access pass to all my friends? You know.
Yep.
And that's just not how it works. And I feel like a lot of people maybe like bought these happy planners, ran out and got them before anybody else had them, did a YouTube video. Why am I not getting the clicks and views and the clout or whatever?
Exactly. And honestly, like from a creator perspective, I can see the parasocial relationships, and those have absolutely been detrimental to my mental health sometimes, because having people who think they know you, who think that y'all are like besties or whatever, when you don't actually know them, and then when they come to that realization that you don't really know them the way that they know you, and or if you step out of line in their mind and do something or say something that's not how they saw you, then it's a problem. Like this is World War III. Like this is how we've had a lot of like issues and like drama in this community, where people think they know us and then realize that they don't, and now you don't like who I actually am. That has absolutely been detrimental to my mental health at times, which is another reason of kind of like pulling away from the community, because now that's not an issue no more.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had to put up a huge ass barrier. Because early on, a lot of y'all who's been a part of the Patreon the whole time, y'all know we gave a lot, like a lot of access, and that was a mistake on our part, because people, you give people access, they automatically assume that they are besties,
right?
So we've definitely had our fair share, even behind the paywall.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's been
weird.
I mean, think about all the backlash that we have gotten from just like blocking people, not saying anything to anybody, not like publicly like going off on them or like naming them or embarrassing them or nothing like that, by just simply using the block button that God gave us.
My God.
So much drama and so much like shit talking, and having to read people talking shit about you or your friends and who they think y'all are and stuff. Like, yeah, the planner community can be very detrimental to people's mental health if you allow it to be.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it only take one thing. I mean, we like also leave a review so we can bury that. By the way, if you left one already, re-up it, because it'll cycle up to the top.
Re-up
but
it.
one little thing, like you said, they go out of line of what they perceive, not what you are, what they perceive you to be, and then it's you ain't shit, you ain't never been shit, your mama ain't shit. Like that really goes in on you. Like we had somebody go off on us over that EC notes page.
Over the notes page to this day.
Cringe. It's really cringe, and it's unfortunate that there is people, and I feel like it's in every community. Jackie with it, Jackie Ina. So it's in every community. People are just don't understand boundaries and cross it a lot when it comes to parasocial stuff.
Cross it a lot. And at the end of the day, Look, if I'm not your cup of tea, whatever, all you got to do is log off. You can block me. I ain't never got mad at being blocked by nobody. So I just to this day don't understand why. I mean, I guess it could be hurtful if you really like somebody, but at the end of the day, like if they feel like they need to protect their peace from you and you really like them, that's some individual reflection that you need to do on yourself. I ain't never been blocked by nobody that I liked. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. And if I was, I would support it. Because if I'm hurting you that much that you don't want to see me, please protect yourself. Yeah.
Protect your peace, okay? And if I'm not a part of your peace, that's okay. Yeah. That is okay. That's fine.
Yeah, that is fine.
Ooh, that was a good one. That one opened up a whole can of worms. We could have did a whole episode over that one. Because y'all know we got trauma. Trauma dump.
Yeah, trigger warning for the creators out there. Sorry, y'all. Literally. We've all been through it. We've all been through some bullshit. But okay, I guess we can do one or two more. Okay. Explicit planners are a total ripoff.
I mean, okay, if you had asked me this 7 years ago, would I think that, paying $70, $80, sometimes $100 for a planner, depending on if it's like a half letter setup and you got to buy all the things and all the pieces, I definitely would have told you that was a waste of money and that I was not going to do that. That is just not the human that I am anymore because I know the quality of an EC or cloth and paper. And I can't go back to just regular thin Nova paper. If I want thin paper, then I want the Hobonichi paper. I want the Tomo River paper. You know what I'm saying?
The quality thin paper.
I care about these things now. I care about my pens now. All those things. So it'll never be a waste of money for me. Like, and if you think it's a waste of money, then don't buy it.
You're probably not listening to this podcast if you think it's a waste of money. I feel like being a part of this community and starting to understand like what a planner is and what quality paper is and all that quality pens, it helped me to realize that everybody has something. Like Chuck looks at me crazy for the planners, but I look at him crazy for the $150 expansion game pack that he buys for his stuff. Like everybody has something. So it's always funny because I see this a lot on those EC ads that they run over on TikTok. It's always somebody, I always go in the comments because it's so funny.
Yeah.
$60 for a Hello Kitty planner is like, stay at Walmart. This ad was fed to you. You are not the target audience.
Exactly. Like you poor baby, you just don't understand. You have never had the joy of a good quality planner, and that's all right. Yeah. But like you said, if they don't hate that for you, though, it's something else.
It's something else. They probably just spent $60 on TikTok Shop on some other bullshit. That I would probably look at like, why did you spend $60 on it? It's somebody always has a thing.
Always.
So I never judge. I never judge. Long as you ain't spending your rent money, your light and water is still on.
Right.
Do you
be smart? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, exactly. Everybody has their vices, and as long as it's a positive vice that is not harmful to you or other people, go ham.
Yeah, people travel.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't have to understand it.
Yeah,
and so y'all don't have to understand it.
Period. Yeah, and I used to be that person in that EC comment, like $60, but
exactly.
But yeah, once I've gotten into it and understood it makes it better to not judge other people for what they do.
Agreed.
Everybody has a thing.
Totally agree.
Okay. Let's see. Planning every minute is the recipe for burnout.
Ooh.
Let me take that one too. That's good.
Myra, you're killing
my videos for the rest of the year.
Feeling me. I love this. I love that we are literally helping Myra plan out her YouTube. But you know what? I think that there is validity to being over planned and to doing I think too much of anything is not good. Absolutely. Too much of anything is just not good. And you have to leave some room for the unknown or the unexpected in your life, especially when you're a parent. I can only speak for parents because I am a parent, so I'm not gonna talk for my non-parents. I'm sure y'all probably feel similarly, but especially when you're a parent, like so much unexpected stuff just can come up all the time. And if I was just like super organized, super coordinated to where I had every single minute of my day planned out, when something went wrong to throw that off, it would just throw off my whole shit and throw off my whole day, maybe even throw off my whole week. And I would be extremely unhappy if I just left no room for whatever in my life. And honestly, this is another reason why I have struggled on and off with planning somewhat, because I am a very unstructured person. I don't like having super specific plans for myself. Like on my days off, I love not planning anything. That's just how I am. I need those moments in my life to where I just don't have nothing going on. So I can just never do that. I know you are pretty opposite to me when it comes to that. So I'm interested to see what your take is about being extremely, extremely planned. Because you a planner girl, true heart down. You a planner girl through and through.
I feel like not having a plan. I don't think I plan out every minute, maybe every hour. I do time block a lot. But for me, I am so easily distracted that if I don't have some kind of idea, and I don't really plan to be like, at this time you are going to eat this breakfast, and like I have like, okay, here's breakfast time, and then also maybe check emails around this time, like stuff like that, like generic, because it kind of leaves room for the unexpected. So if I have to run up to the school real quick, like I'm still within that window to where, okay, I ran up to the school real quick, I can start doing my tasks that
so you leave room for flexibility, and for the things that I think that's perfect.
Because I feel like I'm the type of person that, going back to like the Bujo thing, if I leave the schedule wide open, I feel overwhelmed and then I don't do shit at all.
That's valid.
So that's I have to have some kind of plan, even if the plan is to not do shit. I do write that down.
Truly, I feel you.
I think I just get overwhelmed, and I've had days too, and I try not to beat myself up about it, but I have days where I don't plan, and then I spend it just scrolling TikTok the whole day.
And those are necessary. I think those things are necessary, to be honest, because like you said, like by me saying like that, sometimes like on the weekend, I don't like to plan out stuff. I'm coming to the realization that I'm okay with having a day on the weekend where I just like ride or just do whatever I want, because there's just not enough of those days. So I feel like it just kind of like grounds
it heals
me.
the soul. I do have a rot day. Saturdays are rot days.
There we go. And I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary because of just life and being a parent and being a wife, having a career and all that. It's literally impossible for our entire life to be like that. I wouldn't want my entire life to be like that. Like I definitely appreciate having stability and having things to do every day.
Yeah.
But I need them days where I don't have nothing to do and don't nobody to talk to, like, as much as possible. Like those are very necessary.
And not to make it about race, but I'm Black, so I am going to. I feel like I am still unlearning it, but I have to unlearn this notion of I always have to be doing something. I feel like that is instilled in particularly Black women, that we have to be, in order for us to be valued, we have to be productive. We have to be doing something. We have to be always moving and, pushing things forward and never take a break. Because, we're strong Black women. We can hold on to everything. But I'm unlearning that.
Yep.
Have to unlearn that, and having those rot days are important. Exactly. Which is funny that I have to plan out that, which maybe defeats the purpose of not planning out shit, but I'm still not doing anything. Exactly. And being okay and not beating myself up for not doing something.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's it. I mean, because I feel like that's how you avoid getting burnt out and overstimulated, is having those moments where you just ride, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're not productive. Like, I love it. I can't remember this girl's page, but it's a Black girl on TikTok, and her whole page, how I found her, was her making these videos with like, here is what you need to do if you're off and you want to ride for half the day. It's giving yourself permission to ride for a certain amount of time, but then having a plan of getting up and having a healthy meal or whatever, and then having movement or whatever.
Just I feel like I've seen those before.
So you don't feel so non-productive. Sometimes that works out, sometimes it don't. But it's okay. It just helps to get you into the mindset of taking it a little bit easier on yourself and not putting so much pressure on yourself and giving yourself some grace. I definitely think as Black women and as women in general, we just put a lot of pressure and expectations on ourselves, and the world puts a lot of pressure and expectations on us too. So we're constantly having to kind of like fight through that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, just simple things like, oh, you left dishes in the sink overnight. Like, I used to really beat myself up about that. But fuck them dishes. I have accomplished that. If I'm tired, it can wait till tomorrow. But it's hard.
It's hard. But you have to do those things to make yourself feel good.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's like, what is letting the dishes sit for one night at the expense of like your mental health or your relaxation for that evening? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I won't be able to play the game for that 30 minutes it take to clean up the kitchen or whatever. But it's a constant battle because I like stuff to be neat and clean too in order for me not to think about it.
Literally.
So I'm just, it's a battle because yeah.
Exactly.
But ooh, thanks, ChatGPT.
ChatGPT ended up giving us a little bit of therapy on a Monday evening. I appreciate that. Those were some good hot takes.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of they were spot on. Completely dragged the planner community, but you know.
What are the other ones? Do we have any that we didn't talk about that we can just kind of let the people know? And if y'all want to talk about these, like in the comments, feel free to. But I'm interested to see what else they had that we didn't talk about.
Here's one. I'll reword it a little bit because it's you know, AI bot. But planner addictions can take organization too far. Was another one. You don't need a planner to be productive.
Blasphemy.
And yeah, those are the only two we didn't do.
Okay.
That wasn't bad.
Bad.
Yeah, and stop using bullet journals.
Oh, they trying to trigger the girls. How dare they? We just got an email about people asking us to talk about bullet journals more, and they saying stop using them.
The dark side nobody talks about. I don't know what the dark side is, but
ooh, can you ask ChatGPT to expound?
Let's see real quick, because what is the dark side? Y'all know we not no bullet journal girlies.
I know, that is so wild. I feel like ChatGPT is reaching, and we gotta get to the bottom of why. Hopefully, it can give you some more answers.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
They said start with a bold statement like bullet journal might be tedious planning method, but it's actually hurting your productivity and mental health.
Okay, so maybe they mean because of how much time,
aesthetic over functionality. Yeah, perfectionism trap. Listen, don't tell me you ain't got no content ideas, because look, ChatGPT just literally laid out this whole video.
Truly.
Stationary addiction, financial pressure to be on top of the latest trends and buy the latest stuff. Negative self-talk, comparison to people on Instagram.
Wow. Damn.
I mean, that's just a few.
How does ChatGPT know the planner community so well?
I don't know.
That's wild.
Yeah.
All right.
And ways you can beat it. Focus on what works for you. Wow. Simplify your planning process. Maybe you may need a pre-made planner or a digital app. Or look into minimalistic planner styles.
I feel like ChatGPT, how you know that ChatGPT is not a secret human in the basement like writing all this is because they have taken the they don't have the joy that's in planning. You know, like they don't
clearly.
They have no awareness of how that can really just be like relaxation or creativity or how you find your peace. Exactly. They just have the straight up logical, this is not a great use of your time if you're spending too much time on it. That's all they can compute, literally.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Yeah, which, I mean, sometimes you do need that. Yeah, sometimes you need that straight chaser. But this is why I say don't take directly from ChatGPT. Like, you can use it as an inspiration and expand on it. Because y'all just heard this whole session, they've never mentioned like the joy that comes from sitting down and planning and being creative. So that is something that, if you want to take some of these, you can add the human point to it.
Exactly.
It's just a starting point. Don't copy it, because all they doing is collecting probably shit from blogs and shit that was talking shit about us.
Well,
collecting that information. That's all AI does.
That is so valid. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this was fun. Shout out to ChatGPT for the
We'll have to utilize ChatGPT more going forward, especially like you said, since we do want to make the planner segment in the podcast a little bit more topical, because releases are just boring as hell, and we can't even depend on those nowadays. So I think that ChatGPT is definitely going to come in handy to help us out with some inspiration.
This is like our BBAI arena.
Girl. You know, I barely know what you mean by that, because I've been doing a horrible job of watching BB this season.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So, thanks, y'all. We hope y'all enjoyed our August bonus episode. I'm excited to do our September episode, where we will do our quarterly currently things to see where we are for the third quarter of the year. So that will be coming out in September, as well as a shots episode. So if y'all have any ideas for our next shots episode, any potential guests that y'all want to hear, realistic guests. Okay, realistic guests. Don't say Beyonce. Don't say Kamala Harris. Don't say Donald Trump. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, I mean, September is right around the corner, so yeah, definitely be realistic, because that means we'll have to arrange with somebody, or maybe even just a topic. Honestly, because I think right now it's going to be hard to get people to schedule on. Unfortunately, it's a busy planner time.
We got a lot going on over the next couple months for sure.
Us too.
Give us some ideas of what y'all would want to hear about on shots. We hope that y'all enjoyed this episode. Please chime into the conversation. Let us know your dream planner things from the brands. Let us know how y'all feel about these planner hot takes. If you agree, disagree, all those things. We want to hear from you guys. So
yes. I don't know what we're gonna title this. We asked ChatGPT to co-host the podcast.
There we go. But yeah, y'all, happy end of August. We will talk to y'all very soon.
Bye, guys.